I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit more so that people know that I'm going live. I gotta have some kind of schedule, right? That would be a good thing. But I decided, whoop, here I am. Boop, here I am. Like one of those little whack-a-moles. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. I am going to go on Instagram Live to let people know that I am over here. There we go. And put a little bit there. So, I'm a little bit here and I'm a little bit there. I'm a little bit everywhere. Here I am. It is April 28th. Yeah. Whoo. I got to finish that May workbook. Almost got it done. But I am going to have a full moon meditation on May the 2nd in the evening. So if you want to join me for that, that would be totally awesome. Um, just let me know. Link is in the description. You can get a hold of me through my email, thegurumama@gmail.com. Full moon readings too. Whoa, those have been intense to do. Those full moon readings for Scorpio have been like, yeah, otherworldly. There's just so much information coming in for people. And I couldn't put all the information in for the full moon meditation readings because it's only a small little glip. So if you're wanting a more complete reading or if you want to work with me more, I'm doing mentorships now. So if people are wanting to work with me more on a one-on-one basis, get some outline, getting work done, not just a reading, but getting some soul work done and doing mentorship. So I have mentorships that I'm setting up for people. And they're starting at $333. I do specialty ones because I do have some clients that need special attention. And they're in predicaments. So I have special prices for them as well. And it's all dependent, and I do it by case, but on average, they start at $333 and I go from there. And in my mentorships, you get access to me. So emailing me, talking to me, and that way I'm building up where you build up a container and build up boundaries too. So, being in a mentorship, well, yeah, you have access to me. I have a couple people now and they email me every day how they're doing, what's going on. I send them a letter. We get together depending on their package 3 times a week, not 3 times, 3 times within that session. So if it's a 6-week session, we get together every second week and have a chit chat, see where they're at and see what's going on, and try and help them where they are. So I'm finding it's like, yeah, that's really where my coaching is. That's really where my energy is. It's not so much doing readings, and of course I can do readings, um, but wanting to help people build a plan, build something in their life, give them something more to create and do. But if you're just wanting readings, definitely I can do that too. That's not an issue. So there's just so much going on in the astrology as per usual. We have whew, this Venus energy. We are also in Taurus energy. We have that Uranus in Gemini. Holy shit. Are you seeing the shit that's coming out? It's unbelievable. First we get an assassination on Trump, and then everybody decodes it. Like all of this energy is coming out. I'm just watching the astrology. I'm just saying, hey, I know truth is going to be revealed. How you want to, and then through that truth, are you going to accept it or not accept it? That's all up to you. um, Information more is coming out about aliens and alien beings and hybrids and how many of them have been with us for so long, which I kind of like. I knew that already. That's already a thing. I knew that thing. And but this is a lot is going to be revealed. And when Uranus just enters, and plus the other funny part, haha, is looking at where Uranus entered when this whole thing unfolded. And it was just like, within minutes afterwards on the East Coast. So I find that very, I love it when Uranus is making an impact on here we go. And it's in Gemini. Here we go. We're going to show you shit, baby. And it comes to the forefront. Now we have the king and queen in Washington, D.C. And that I find I knew that this was coming up. I find it very interesting. He is going to be talking to Congress. It's the first time a royal has done that since 1991. This is interesting. Just very interesting. It's a royal coming to the White House. It's not the prime minister of England coming over for a visit. I mean, this is big. I think there's some dealings going on. I know the queen did a lot of dealings with Trump before she passed, and I have a feeling there's something else going on with all of this. Both these guys are born under lunar eclipses, so I mean, holy shit, the shit that's going to go down with this meeting. There's going to be some deals being made, and the UK needs it. The UK needs it. UK is in desperate trouble right now, not only financial, but that's also because they had the same guy for the Bank of England, who's our prime minister. Yes. Oh, our prime minister. I don't know. Does he have something to do with it? And they're also talking that Trump is a distant relative to the king. So kind of knew that. He's like 18th cousin, 3 times removed or some kind of crazy shit. So there is, that within there too. So this is like so much coming forward. It's crazy, right? And because I think there's only one president of the United States, and he was Dutch, who's not related to the royal line. So every single prime president that the United States has lineage to the royal line in some manner. So I find that very interesting. You want to Google it, you can go Google it and you find it all up online. So there's a lot that's unfolding. There's a lot that is coming to the forefront. And I feel like we're in this time of change and transformation. I mean, this is where we are coming to a place of great creativity, standing in the new for I feel like the new frontier. Here it is, and are you going to go forward in it? Or are you going to stay on the same hamster wheel? And that's what I feel. It's like, I want to create something more. I want to get out there. I want to be a part of it. And that's the other thing, is being part of community, getting out there, whether it's online or in person, because not everybody can get out to certain communities, and they might find communities online more in alignment to them, right? Is that a bad thing or a bad thing for you? Is that a bad thing or a bad thing? Oh, okay, I was chatting away. I don't know what the bad thing is, but there could be a bad thing. I don't know. What you got to elaborate, because is that a good thing or a bad thing for you? I don't know. Somebody says that and I'm talking away. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I'm finding this energy, it's positive. It's all how people want to take this, right? Because Mercury has left I feel like Mercury's left the chat. This energy that's coming forward is really bringing in some reality checks for people. This is also bringing in where we are, stepping into something new, and bringing in something new with this. And this is where we need to look at the dog's distracting me because I don't know. Oh, it must be the guys working across the street. This week opens the door, but you have to walk through it. And if you're not walking through this door, as I say, you're going to be on the hamster wheel. And a lot of fears are going to come up. A lot of things are going to be coming up, right? Double Gem said she could relate be related to George Washington. Possibly. I would do some lineage. Why not? Because I know a lot of people, especially those who've landed, came across on the Mayflower, and they landed on Plymouth Rock. And there is actually people who are a part of that society. There is actually there's a society of those who were on the Mayflower, and that and the people, your ancestors, and that there's a whole area where you could do some lineage to that, right? And doing that. That is why, oh, she okay, Charlene's like, that is why I asked if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, being related, I think that would be finding your history. Why not? George Washington was, I mean, he was English, right? And being English, I mean, the whole thing, there's still everything back there for where he lived in England, right? So the thing is, the people who came in from Plymouth, getting off my topic, people who came in on the Mayflower were English. They were escaping a lot of things that were going on and persecutions within England at the time because of the referendum that was coming in and the policies that were coming forth. So people who came over wanted to be free, right? And want to be free. And the minds and comes down from my dad's side. That's so cool. I think that is so cool. Isn't that? I think that's awesome, right? Finding those little tidbits about your history in your DNA, I find that's important. That's important because you get an idea of your lineage, right? Not mine, lines I meant. Yeah, but that's I find, like, when you look at that, like, I can trace when I've done some for mine, as I've said before, mine goes back. I can find myself going back to the 14th century. 14th century takes me all the way back to Ireland, and that's on my father's side, right? On my mother's side, it is very English, and so there's quite an English side to that. Haven't looked at that lineage as much, um, but I know there's something. On my mother's side, on my matriarch side, it's we don't know because, I believe my mother uh, was born out of wedlock, so she knows who her dad was, but I don't know if my grandmother was actually married to him, and it was in a time of traveling salesman, and then she was estranged from her family because she lived in Detroit. She didn't stay with the family, and there's things on there, so I don't know about that side of the family too much. It's kind of put together in bits and pieces and stuff. But I think it's important to really gather your family history. I really feel that's important. And whether that's and I know some, whether that's you're adopted or not, or you come from an actual, the actual biological line, because there's also the contract of you. There's a reason why you were adopted. There's a reason, and people ask me that all the time. Well, I was adopted, so I don't know. I said, yeah, but there's still a reason why you're in that family lineage. Whether, it doesn't, whether it's blood or not, there's a reason why you're in that family lineage. And to understand the energy of that family lineage, I feel it's very important for your own cosmic makeup and your energies and going forth. People get hung up on other things about that too. But I just feel like to know something, to understand what, I always ask people, where did your family come from? And people say, well, when I do readings, oh, they're Canadian. Well, okay. I could see that they're Canadian. Like your grandmother was, your mother and father are Canadian. Your grandmother was Canadian. Was their family Canadian, right? Did they come over in the 14th, 15th, or 16th century? Or are you just 3rd or 4th generation Canadian? And that's the same way with First Nations too. It's like finding their lineage is very important. Finding that structure is very important. And I think a lot of that's coming out. That's all a lot to do with that Pluto and Aquarius. It's all about your heritage. It's all about your humanness and being human. And I think that's a very important piece, right? On what it is to be human. Must be why I don't want to work. And I think I like to spend money. Absolutely, that royalty. So, but the thing is, this is where this week is all about the doors open in our life, and if we're not walking through them, and I feel that's very much, even for me. And we've got some powerful, powerful astrology right now. And I mean powerful in the sense that things are actually moving. And this is a week to really take advantage of it. And being in Taurus season. So this is about our values and what kind of life do you want to be building? Like what is that structure you want to build? And not the fantasy, the real thing. And looking at what is that real thing. And we just came out of a Virgo moon energy. And let's be honest, that had a lot of people stressing, overthinking, trying to fix everything. That's very much Virgo. They just stress over shit. And now it's that Libra moon. It's about connection. It's about talk, engagement, and be real with people. And most importantly, be real with yourself and being real with that. And the moon is working beautifully with that Venus and Pluto. So this is one of those rare moments, and I'm going to say rare, where you can actually look at your life and go, and don't wait for things to fall apart, right? You know, this is good. And I know there still might be some underlying current of feeling anxiety or over wellness or overthinking and all of that. But that's where you really have to give it up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle, right? That's where you got to come and find that landing, because you might feel squirrely. You might feel like, but look at everything that's happening, and I don't have this, and I don't have that, and this is all going. And it's like, yeah, we all have that. Yeah, there's a lot of shit happening in everybody's life. A lot of things are going tits up, right? And in that, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. And within that, we got to look at saying, yeah, but you know what? All of this is happening, but I'm going forward. I'm still going to do my thing. I'm still going to create my side hustle. I'm still going to, join that club. I'm still going to go and do whatever, right? That's where the energy is. And you're going to have people yelling and screaming, don't do that. It's not a good thing to do, you know? But that's fine. Or they're going to find like, oh, woe is me kind of thing. Oh, but I don't have this and I don't have that. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. But what do you have? And that's where this energy is. What do you have? You have a mind, you have creativity, there is energy, you have the internet, you have so much there at your disposal. Are you utilizing it? Are you taking that in to help you to create something, to build something? Or are you sitting there moping about it? I mean, yeah, okay. I could list you all the shit that's going on right now in my life. And it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's overwhelming and it's frustrating. And I could sit here and, I'll still mopping. But that's okay. That's okay. We all got it, man. And this is where we got to, look at the illusion is breaking, right? The illusion is breaking. This is a time. This isn't like where all those manifesting people came out. You got to manifest. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put our energy over here and we're going to manifest. We're going to create this, blah, 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 blah. Right. And I always had issues with that. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Try it. Where's that? Because it was almost where there wasn't something that gives you a step like this is work you have to do. You want to have a side hustle. You want to get out of debt. You want to do that. Okay, this is the work you have to do. And that's the illusion breaking. You have things that are going on. The fantasy is dissolving. You want somebody to come in and save you and say, and take over whatever's going on in your life to make it better and give that the no, that's not going to happen. This will work, and the energy that maybe this will work out someday energy. That's done. That's done. And if someone isn't showing up for you, if something isn't flowing back to you, stop putting your energy there. That's not love. That's not patience. That's you abandoning yourself and calling it hope. And the thing is, okay, and I'm going to put it out there. It doesn't mean that you just stop if there's somebody who's if there's somebody is injured in a way, right? If somebody is mentally ill and really needs your help, that doesn't count. All right, that doesn't mean I'm going to abandon you. I mean, there's things that that person needs, right? Or if somebody's very ill, there's things that that person needs, and you're there to help and provide for them. Okay. Because I know I can say, well, I'm just like, fuck you over there. But there are some people that just need that extra help from you. And that's where the energy is. And through that, something more is coming in. But you got to cut the illusion of thinking something grandeur with that. You got to cut the illusion and look at it and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this is where I'm at right now. This is stuff I have to deal with, and this is what I have to do. How do I get through with this? What are the building blocks do I have to put up in order to create something more substantial? And it's not rosy, it's not beautiful, it's full of shit. But that's what you gotta work with, that's what you gotta deal with, right? And sometimes it's coming to a point where it's like, "Ah, you know what? This is lost forever. And I can't do it. This is not in my alignment at this time. And I gotta let it go." And in doing that, this is opening up for something else. And we cannot do, like if you're abandoning yourself. And also that's, if you're abandoning yourself to be the martyr, if you're abandoning yourself to be the holier than thou, right? And calling it hope. I mean, this astrology is going to say, no, it's not. So fuck you. No, this ain't going to work. Because here's the bigger picture. All the planets are direct. Uranus is in Gemini, and we are stepping into a completely new cycle. None of us have lived through Uranus and Gemini, unless you are from World War II, all right? And you're still around and coherent. Otherwise, you've never lived with this. And this is stepping into a completely new cycle. And this is not a temporary shift. This is a new life architect. So, what do you want to build? What do you want to create? Because through it all, you could still be creating something. And what are you embracing? And I need you to hear this. A new life, the new life you want is not going to feel comfortable at first. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be unfamiliar, maybe even a little scary. That's how you know it feels. And it does. For me, stepping forward in a lot that's going on right now is, yeah, it's awkward. It doesn't feel comfortable. It feels very scary and unhinged in so many ways. And but there's things that have to be done or looked at and put forward in order to make things more sustainable, right? Right? And it's where, okay, I have to look at certain things or certain items and to get it all done. And it's also knowing that I'm totally reliant on me building my business right now. 100%. 100%. There's no fallback for me. There's no anything over here for me to fall back on. So this is where it's like, oh shit, I'm stepping into this fully. And it's like, yeah. Yeah. And there's times when I wanna sit and just like, and cry, and it's like, "All right, no, you got this is what you're doing," and moving out there. I mean, when I got 300 people on my YouTube, I got 301 now. I went back to look at things that I posted my very first video I did and my very first live. It's on my Facebook. And I was just like, "Holy shit." Like, yeah, that's what I think it was 12 years ago, some of that was, and I'm just like, "Holy crapola." That's a long time, you know? It's not a long time, but it is a long time in doing this and looking at all the different variations of the videos that I've done. But I noticed that there was a thread of groundedness, a thread of saying that that we're working through this, that we're gonna get through this, right? And there was a thread in all my videos about that. There's a thread about the divine and about the god and the goddess and the mother and the father and finding that balance within all my videos, right? And coming in and talking truth. There is definitely something that I've always been doing. And now it's like, okay, this is what I've been doing. Now it's like, okay, do your mentorship with it. Many people have asked to mentor with me. I've like shied away from it, but it's now stepping into it and saying, "No, I'm doing mentorship. This is where my energy's going. This is my direction." I'm doing these monthly workshops. I got the May one coming up, the Blossoms. I love it. The workbook's really cool. And then for I have a whole section of a workbook of a work section that's coming up for June, July, and August, and it's very simple. It's nothing elaborate. It's not getting you to, because summertime's busy and we start doing crazy, just life takes a different direction in the summertime. And so my June, July, August one, I'm just very excited about it because it's really directed at people paying attention to their lives in a new way. So more to come on that. But this energy is it's a wonderful direction, but it's not an easy one. It's not an easy one. There's work to be done, and that's really going to divide people because not everybody wants to do the work. Not everybody wants to stand up and start doing stuff. They want, oh, well, give me a free pass. That's why you're finding a lot of the isms are coming up, right? If you're not sure what the ism is, there's like the fascism, the communism, all that bullshit ism is coming forward because people don't want to do things. They're fighting against it. They want to they want to make it easy. They want somebody else to do it for them. They want to rely on somebody else and maybe that's the government, right? I mean, we got a government that's just fucking us over, right? And getting us into a place where it's like there's no way out of this, right? And that's very important. Whoa. I love it. Okay. I love when my phone just died. But that's where the energy is. The energy's there for us to look at new things, new ideas, new ways of doing things. And yeah, it's time for a change, definitely. So if you're on Instagram, I'm sorry. Can't even tell you to come over here because my phone just went bloop, it died. I forgot to charge it. That's fine. But this is and we're heading towards this full moon. And that full moon is going to clear the table. Scorpio, I love Scorpio full moons. I really well, yes, I am a Scorpio, but this is emotional, energetically, and completely. So this week you're deciding what stays, what goes, and who you are moving forward with, right? And Scorpio full moons don't mess around. They don't mess around. But it gave me a hard time. Yeah, Instagram's hot and cold. It's all depending. So, but this is where I feel like with this Scorpio full moon, it's like, man, gotta start. you got to start doing it because Scorpios don't mess around. And this energy with this full moon reveals truth. I mean, the truth of the truth. This is stepping into how you are wanting to really put down that foundation that you are wanting to create, and be honest with it, because Uranus and Gemini, there's no predictability with Uranus and Gemini. No predictability. You cannot predict shit with Uranus. You think it's this way, and he's like, boop. You think this is the truth? Boop. You think you can rely on that one? Boop. He does the boop, right? And it is the wake up. It is the wake up. Laziness really bugs me when it comes to fighting for your future. Yeah. Yeah. And people are going to really have a hard time with this. My Scorpio is in the third and Aries in the eighth, are both hitting my 28 degrees, but it's activating my Pluto and Libra. Yeah, there you go. And activating Pluto, like I'm just saying, anything activating Pluto, you're in for a ride. But you come up. The thing is, Pluto doesn't kill you. It just forces you to do things, forces you to step into truth, forces you to do things that you didn't want to do, right? Because if you're not, he's just going to continue bringing the bullshit up. And he also makes you really look at things. I did a little class on Pluto, because Pluto is where he goes down to the very finite point of something where you thought, oh, well, it was a red car that hit the girl or something like that. There was an accident. Well, was it just the car that caused the accident? Was it just the car that hit the person? And it goes through all, right back to the person buying the car. What was the intent of the person buying the car? How did the person get the money to buy the car? It goes like this whole line. That's what Pluto does, right? He really activates energy to really get you to look at and uncover everything. So he gets you to the very core of the core of the core of the core. And it's crazy. It's crazy. You're just like, sometimes you just want to say, well, Pluto, just fuck off. Saturn is the Time Lord. Saturn's the one is like, you don't want to listen. I don't care if you fall off that mountain, kill yourself. Bye. And Uranus brings in the timelines. So here we got the Time Lord and the timelines, right? And how are you working with that? How are you working with it? And it's uncomfortable, right? Because it's where it's like, oh wow, I have to go take my dog for a walk. I don't want to take my dog for a walk. I'd rather just sit here and drink coffee. But no, I have to take her out. I have to take her for a little walk. And yeah, and do those things. I mean, it sounds very simple, but it's activating a lot within our lives at this time. And it's pretty gnarly. Gotta say. So here's the deal. We got to stop trying to force something that isn't working. Stop chasing energy that doesn't meet you. And stop trying to make yourself feel comfortable in a life that isn't aligned. Instead, walk through the door. Try something new. Say the thing that you need to say and reach out where it feels alive, because the beauty, it's not behind you, it's in front of you. Yes, it's in front of you. So, my loves, if you're wanting to work deeper with me, I've got the May workshop starting with the Scorpio full moon. I'm also offering full moon readings, and everything is linked below in my bio. And this is where, time to step into the energy, time to step into the newness. And this week, this is a week. So don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, baby. I took blue out. We saw a heron. Ooh, a heron. I love herons. They're beautiful. They're usually by themselves. If they're in pair, that means they're mating. So very cool. I would just Google it and see what that means for you. They're very powerful energies. So may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you, and all you say and all you be and all you do. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Share it out. Mama out. Bye-bye.